Hello and welcome to MyScience Tutorials. In today's video, we want to look at the fundamentals of geometric construction, where we will be learning how to construct basic angles like 30 degrees, angle 60 degrees, angle 90, 15, angle 45, etc. We will also be learning how to bisect an angle and also how to bisect a line segment. Now, in our subsequent tutorials, we will be learning how to construct triangles, squares, and rectangles, as well as looking at practical questions on construction. Before we begin, kindly consider subscribing and turning on that notification button so that you will stay updated about our latest tutorials. So without further ado, let's begin. So we want to start this tutorial by looking at how to construct some basic angles such as angle 60 degrees, 120, 90, 45, 30, and 15. To achieve this, we need some basic constructing tools. So quickly grab your mathematical set and remove your long rule, your compass, your protractor, pencil, and erasers. So whilst you are doing that, let me also make sure to bring out my constructing tools. Alright, so I have my protractor here, I have my long rule here, I have my compass here, and obviously I have my pencil here, I have my eraser here, and yeah, I'm good to go. So make sure your pencil is very pointed, the tip of your pencil is pointed, as construction work needs to be done lightly and it also needs to be very neat. You need a neat work. Let me squeeze down my protractor a little bit. Alright, so I have my protractor here, I have my compass, I have my rule here which I can extend, okay, since I am using a software. I have my pencil here, I have my eraser. If I need a highlighter, I have it over here, and yeah, I'm good to go. So let's start with the basics of basics. So let's start with how to construct a line before we look at how to construct the angles. So to construct a line or to draw a perpendicular line, all we need to do is grab our long rule. Okay, let me extend it. Okay, and if you are using an exercise book where you have these guidelines inside, it makes works easier. But in case you are using let's say a plain sheet like this, it doesn't really matter, but just make sure you have your long rule at the center of your graph work or your drawing sheet, and then you are good to go. So for me, I will be using this guide for easy construction purposes. So try to get an exercise book where you have these guidelines inside to make your construction work a little bit easier. So I align my long rule with this line over here, then I grab my pencil. Okay, so I'll be using black for this construction, so I select mine. Obviously you will be using pencil and your pencil is already black, so no need to select anything, and I want it to be very thin, so I select this. So I come here and then I draw my thin line. Right, so that is how we draw a line if we are going to do a construction work. Now from here we want to look at how to construct angle 60, then we move to angle 120, and then we construct what? Angle 90. So to construct an angle we need to use what? The compass. Okay, now select or pick your pencil. Okay, mark a point on your line. Okay, so mine is going to be that small black dot over there. Then I take my compass and make sure the tip of my compass is on that dot, that black dot over there. Okay, then I can extend the compass. This is the tip of my pencil over here. I can extend it to any length that I want, but just to have a very short semicircle, I'm going to compress my compass a little bit, and then with that I can now hold, okay, and draw my semicircle on the line. Okay, so I now remove my compass. Now note, do not change the length of the compass after drawing the semicircle, because that will destroy your construction work. So make sure you maintain the length at which the compass was before you use to draw your semicircle. Now with the same length, okay, without changing the width of the compass, bring the tip of your compass, okay, bring it let me see, okay, so bring it over here. Make sure that the tip of your compass is on the line over here where the semicircle, okay, or the semicircle cuts the straight line that you drew earlier. So make sure it's on it over there. I can't really see mine, but it's okay. So move the compass a little bit up, okay, but still without changing the width of the compass. Now we now press and hold, and then we can now draw an arc. Okay, now this arc, okay, is an angle of 60, okay, because this compass, okay, because we've not changed the width of the compass, we can divide this semicircle into 3 equal parts, and we know that semicircle or angle on a straight line is add up to 180. So if the compass or this demarcation can divide the 180 into 3, it means that each angle will be what, 60 degrees. So if I still hold my compass without changing the width, and I put it the tip of the compass on this dot, okay, then I rotate this guy up to this, around this point, then I draw another arc, then it means from here, okay, any point from here through this line is an angle of 60. From here to here is also an angle of 60. So let's do that. Let's draw that. So with my long rule, let me compress it down a little bit. I can now bring it here and then draw a straight line to create my angle of 60 degrees. Alright, here's a quick note for us. I normally, when I'm doing this construction on a paper or in an exercise book, I normally, once I draw the arc, I normally use the tip of the pencil, the pointed long pencil, to make a dot on where the line or the arc intersects the semicircle, so that drawing the line in between from the center of the circle through that dot, okay, where the arc cuts the semicircle, becomes very easy. So because I am using a software, I can just make the dot over there, but make sure you do that for easy construction for you. So I'm just going to draw a straight line through that to meet the center over here. All right, so this angle now becomes what, my angle 60 degrees. So this is angle 60 degrees. Okay, so it means, what it means is that from here at 0 to here will become what, my angle 120 degrees. So if I do that, okay, from the center here to this point, okay, so let me use another color, and yeah, okay, so what it means is that from here all the way here, okay, is now my angle 120 degrees. Okay, and then this angle, this remaining angle, is also what, 60 degrees. So this is how we construct an angle 60 and 120. So 120 is from this point, which is 0, all the way here. Now because this is 60 and this is 60, if we want to construct an angle of 90, what we have to do is that first of all, we draw everything we have over here, and then this is 60, so we need 90, angle 90. So we need to bisect the 60 over here to get 30. By bisecting, it means we are dividing this curve over here, okay, into equal half, which becomes what, 30. So if we add that 30 to the 60, it becomes an angle of what, 90 degrees. So let's look at what I mean by this. So let me quickly get rid of this line over here. All right, So assuming after drawing the arcs, we know this is 60 and this is also 60. So we know from here to here is angle 60, and we want what? Angle 90. So without changing the width of your compass and still having the same width, okay, you bring your compass to this position, you put the tip of your compass over here, okay. Now you can, because we want to divide this angle which is 60 into half to get 30, we need to open the compass more than half of the line over here, half of the arc over here, okay. So after marking the 60, you put the point of the tip of your compass over here, and then you make sure what you open your compass more than half the length of the arc over here, and then you can now draw what? An arc. So let's draw the arc at the top, obviously. Okay, so without changing the width, you come over here, put it on that dot, okay, and then you draw this next arc, okay. So yeah, that is it. So you now bring your long rule, okay, and then join the line, not the base of the plastic, but there is a line at the bottom, a black line at the bottom of your protractor. Make sure it aligns exactly with the horizontal line that you have in your graph sheet, okay. And then make sure the middle, or the point where your compass was at first before you drew the semicircle, is in line with, okay, the middle of the compass, where you have a small line cutting the black line at the bottom over there. So make sure you have that on the dot exactly. So I am using the software, so I will need to use this handle to measure my angle and see if it's correct. So if I bring it up here to exactly where my blue line is, okay, so to be in line with it, I can see that it is giving me over here, as you can see over here, an angle of what? 90.1 degrees, which is very good. Since I am using the software, I'm thinking I may include some more errors, but hey, I'm on track. So yes, if you do this very well, you get to realize that if you measure your angle over here with your protractor, you should get an angle of 90. But since we are humans, we make errors, so you may have a slight, maybe you may get 91 or 92, but still with practice you should be good at it. So far we've seen how to construct an angle of 60. We also saw 120, and now we've seen how to construct an angle of what? 90 degrees. Now let's look at how to construct angle 45. Now to construct angle 45, we know that 90 divided by 2 will give us 45. So to construct angle 45, all we need to do is to first of all construct angle 90, and then bisect the angle 90 into 2 to get what? Angle 45. So now that we already have an angle 90 over here, let's bisect that to get our angle 45. So to do that, I'm going to use this green color so that we can see the difference. Okay, so I pick my compass, okay. So let's say after you drew the semicircle, without changing the length of the compass, you drew this arc and this arc, making them 60, and then you change the width of the compass more than half the length of this arc over here to draw an arc. Come here, draw an arc to get your angle 90. Now you take your compass, okay. So to bisect this angle, which is 90, you need to use these 2 points over here as your reference point to bisect the angle. So you bring your compass, bring the tip to where exactly the straight line over here cuts the arc, okay. So you bring it over there, then you extend your compass more than half the length of the arc over here, okay. So this is definitely more than half of it. I can make it a little bit smaller, but I still know it's more than half of it. So with that in mind, I can now create an arc. So I come a little bit ahead somewhere here, then I create an arc. Okay, so without changing the length of the compass, I bring it over here. I place the tip of the compass at the bottom over here on exactly the dot over here where the semicircle cuts the baseline or the horizontal line we have over here. Then I bring it a little bit closer, then I draw another arc. Okay, so with that I can now use my long rule to join these 2 points. So I have the middle point here. Okay, then I move my long rule. Let me readjust this to make sure it is exactly as I want it. Okay, slightly yeah, no, a little bit. All right, so with that I grab my pencil and then I draw a straight line connecting these 2 points. All right, so now the blue line over here means from here to here is an angle of what, 90, and then the green one I'm using that to depict what, the construction of what, angle 45. So let's use our protractor to see if actually the angle that we've just constructed over here, that is by bisecting the angle 90 over here, is actually 45. So bring your protractor, okay, onto your semicircle. Okay, make sure the line at the base, the black line at the base of your protractor, is aligned exactly to the horizontal line that you first drew. And then make sure the dot that you made from where you first pointed your compass before you drew the semicircle is in line with a line, a small line that cuts the middle of the compass on it over here, if you can see the compass. So with that you can measure the angle and see if your angle is 45. Since I am using a software, I have this handle to help me measure. So if I take it down from 0 over here, I move it up to make it align exactly with this dot, with this green line, I get to realize that I have angle 44.5, sorry, angle 44.6, which is close to 45. So yeah, not bad. There are you make errors when you're doing constructions, but you just have to make sure you are as close to the angle as much as possible. So yes, this is how you construct an angle 45. So you do that by what, constructing the bisector of the angle 90 degrees. Okay, so now if you want to construct an angle of what, 30, all we need to do is, first of all, we construct angle 60 over here. So let me do that. So we know this is our angles 60. Okay, so let me use a red pencil. So the red, we know this means that is angle 60. So to construct angle 30, we need to bisect angle 60 into 2. Okay, so the same way we take our compass. Okay, so after constructing the angle 60 degrees, we take our compass, we place the tip of the compass, okay, on the line over here, on the dot over here. Then we open the compass more than half the length of the arc over here, which is the 60 degrees. We open it more than half of it. It shouldn't exceed the 60, but it should just be more than half of it. Okay, so it can be a little bit closer here, or it can be very close to the end over here. It doesn't matter, so long as it is more than half the length of the arc, it should work. So for easy drawing, I will make it a little bit closer to the red line over here, but making sure it does not exceed the red line over here. So I move it somewhere here, and then I draw an arc, okay, with the same length without changing the length of the compass. I bring it over here. I place the tip of the compass exactly where the red line cuts the black semicircle over here, and then I bring this guy a little bit here, then I draw another arc. Okay, so where they intersect, I bring my long rule over there, and then I adjust it to draw my line. So yes, I have this aligned here. All right, so let me use the red. So this angle now, okay, which is the bisection of the angle 60, this becomes what? Angle 30 degrees. Okay, so that is from here down here, from the top down here. Okay, so let's measure and see if we are right. So bring my protractor over here, make sure the base is aligned with the baseline that I first drew. Sorry. And make sure the black, okay, the mark over here, as you can see, the mark over there, which is the line over here, make sure it is aligned with the dots that you already have, okay, where the compass was at first before you drew your semicircle. Make sure it's aligned with that, and then you measure your angle. So I am using this handle again to help me measure. So I do that and make sure it's aligned with the red line that I have, and voila, we can see that the angle is what? 29.8. so yes, it means my perpendicular bisector, sorry, my bisection, that is bisecting the angle 60 to get 30, is actually correct. So the same way, if you want to construct angle 15, all you need to do is first of all construct angle 60, then bisect it to get angle 30, and then bisect the angle 30 again to get 15. So let's do that. So let's use yellow for that. So with that, we take our compass. So after constructing the angle 60, okay, we construct angle 30 by opening the compass more than half the length of the arc 60, and then creating the two arcs and joining them to create the 30, and then we bisect the 30 to get what? The 15. So with that, we take our compass, we put the tip of the compass at the edge over here, and then we open the compass more than half the length of the arc. Okay, now because I am using software, I can't squeeze the compass any more than that, so I will have to magnify my work so that you guys can see how to do that. So let me quickly magnify the work. Okay, all right, so this should work. So I have this. So my compass is at the tip of my compass is at the base over here, and still not big enough. So all right, so yeah, so I still can't get my compass to be a little bit shorter than that, but you get a general idea. You get a general idea. That is how we do it. So we actually construct a perpendicular bisector. Sorry, we actually divide the angle we actually divide the angle 30 into half again, like the way we did it for angle 90 to get 45, and then the same way we did it for angle 60 to get angle 30. You do the same thing to the angle 30 and you should get angle 15. All right, so with that said, we want to look at how to construct a bisector of an angle. So we want to look at how to construct the bisector of an angle. So let me bring out my tools again. My rule and my compass. Okay. All right, so assuming we have an angle, okay, let me extend this a little, and I draw a line. Okay, so with the help of the compass, sorry, with the help of the protractor, yeah, I just measure an angle. Let me say angle maybe 130. So I make a dot over here, and then I can now move my protractor, then with a rule, and with this side as my base over here, I join those two lines. Okay, so I join these two lines. This is just for demonstration purpose. So yeah, I join this guy. All right, so over here you can see that I have an angle over here and then an angle over here. It doesn't really matter, but the point here is we want to, let's say, assuming this point over here, there is a, let's say there's a point over here, let's say A, and this is O. Okay, and we are to bisect the angle, and let's say this is a point, the point over here is B, and we are to bisect angle. Okay, we are to bisect the angle AOB, which means the angle O. How do we do that? So if we are to bisect an angle, this is what we do. First of all, we take our compass. Okay, we put the tip of the compass on the dots over here, and we bring the compass somewhere here. Now open the compass to any length that you desire, okay, but not too big. Okay, so something like this for me is okay. So I now draw an arc to join the two lines over here, that is line AO and then line OB. So I now draw a semicircle to join them. So let me start from here, and yeah, so once I draw that, okay, without changing the width of the compass, I bring the tip of the compass to the point over here where line OB joins or cuts the arc over here. I bring it over there. Okay, make sure it's exactly on it. Okay, and then I draw another arc. So let me make this, let me draw the arc from here. Okay, so without changing the length, I bring the tip of the compass over here. Okay, I move this guy a little bit here, and then I draw another arc. Okay, so once the two arcs intersect with each other, I bring my long rule and I adjust it well to, draw a line to cut, to join the two dots over here. All right. Alright, so I draw a straight line passing through where the two arcs intersect, and then the origin. So that is how you bisect an angle. If it's maybe the angle is within a triangle or a rectangle or a square and you want to bisect it, you first of all make sure you draw an arc joining the two lines that make the angle, and then maintaining the same length of the compass, you draw two arcs standing at where the arc cut the two lines. You place your compass there, you draw an arc, place it at the second end, you draw another arc where they intersect, you draw a line through the base of the angle, as in over here, through the arc, and that becomes what? The bisector of the angle. Alright, so with that, let's look at how to construct the perpendicular bisector of a straight line. So let me quickly erase everything here. Okay, so we want to look at how to construct the bisector of a line segment. Okay, so first of all, we adjust our rule, okay, and we draw a straight line. Okay, so I'm using green, so I draw a straight line. Okay, so let's say the question asks us to construct the bisector of the line segment AB, where the length of A and B is what? Let's say 5 centimeters. So first of all, I draw a straight line. Okay, so using my pencil, I mark, let's say over here where this line is over here. So I use here as my point of reference as A. So I use the long rule. I place it over here. Let's rotate this the other way so that we can easily do this. Okay, so I place it on the 0 mark of the long rule over here, the dot over there on it. Okay, so yes, and we are saying the length should be 5 centimeters. So this is where the 0.5 is, so I make another dot over there. Okay, and then I now move my rule a little bit, and then I write over there B. All right, so this is line AB, and it is 5 centimeters. So we want to look at how to construct the bisector of line AB with the length 5 centimeters. So we bring our compass down. Okay, so we point our compass, okay, at we put the tip of our compass on the dot over here on B. Okay, you can start from either A or B, it doesn't really matter, but make sure the tip of your compass is on B. Then you align the compass with your line like this, and make sure you extend the compass more than half the length of AB. Okay, so obviously I know somewhere around here is more than half the length of AB. So with that, I can draw an arc. So I draw an arc at the top. Okay, and I rotate this down here, somewhere here, and then I draw another arc at the bottom. Okay, so I draw an arc at the top, I draw an arc at the bottom. So moving the compass with the same length, not changing it. Okay, so I put my compass on point A over here. Okay, I put it on point A exactly, and then I adjust the compass a little bit over here, not the length. Okay, just moving it around, just so that you don't have two long arcs. So I draw an arc over here, then I rotate this guy to the top. Okay, and then I draw another arc cutting this guy. All right, so I now have my two arcs, they are cutting each other. So I now use my pencil to make a dot on this point and this point, so that I can easily draw a line to pass through. And with that, I align my rule, okay, to join the two points of intersection of the arcs. So I have this guy over here, yeah, almost there. All right, so with that, I take my pencil and I draw a line to catch through both arcs, and then I move my rule along. Okay, so this now is what we call the perpendicular bisector of a line segment. Okay, perpendicular bisector in the sense that we have this horizontal line, which is our line segment, line AB, and we have the bisector being perpendicular to it, okay, making an angle of 90 degrees. Now we know the length of AB is 5, so let's measure the bisector, which we are saying is half the length of AB, and see whether it is 2.5. So let's adjust our rule. Let's do that, and yeah, so I place the rule, the 0 mark on the dot on A over here, and then as you can see, let me zoom in again, and again. As you can see that if I move the rule, actually, okay, so this is on point A, you can see that this is point B. Okay, you can see that this is 1, this is 2, and then this is 2.5. so it is exactly on 2.5, so which means our perpendicular bisector that we did is indeed correct. All right, so yeah, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. So in a little recap, in this tutorial we did learn how to construct basic angles such as angle 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 120, 90, 45, and as well as 15, even though the 15 my compass was too small to construct that, and I believe you guys will do that on your own. And secondly, we also look at how to construct a bisector of an angle. That is, if we have an angle in a certain corner and want to bisect it, we also look at how to do that bisection. And we also look at how to construct a perpendicular bisector of a line segment, which is the final thing that we just did over here. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in a subsequent tutorial where we'll be talking about how to construct triangles and quadrilaterals, and the other subsequent tutorials where we'll be looking at practical questions on geometric construction. So thank you so much for watching. If you are new to my science tutorial, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press on that notification button so that you don't miss any of our latest tutorials on my science tutorial platform. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.